New South Wales is in the grip of a record-breaking and life-threatening weather emergency. As we go to air, numerous towns along the mid-north coast are underwater. Communities have been cut off and mass evacuation orders are in place. In Sydney, supercells have ripped through suburbs in our west, bringing rare tornadoes and significant damage. There's a moderate to major flood warning tonight for the Nepean, Hawkesbury and Colo rivers, and the severe weather is expected to keep hammering our coast for days to come. Reporter Tiffany Genders begins our coverage.
A suburb turned upside down as if a wrecking ball went through the streets of Chester Hill in what can only be described as a tornado roaring to life early this morning.
All of a sudden the wind picked up.
More than 50 homes damaged in the sudden whirlwind.
My dad's roof's over there somewhere. Don't know whose trampoline that is.
Matt Ho left tarping up his father's house after part of the roof peeled off. Everything the 78-year-old owns now ruined.
At my age, anything comes, anything goes.
It was a storm within the storm. Smithfield also smashed.
I've never seen any wind like that, man. Especially rip out a two-story, three-story tree. Unbelievable.
Scenes just like it all over Sydney. A waterfall outside the water park at Manly. Rain spilling from the lifts at Town Hall Station. The Parramatta River bursting its banks, inundating the site of the new Powerhouse Museum. Our Premier concerned about what's to come.
This will be a deep-seated extreme weather event. It's unlikely the rain will stop until towards the end of next week.
For the first time in a long time, rain has tipped Warragamba Dam over the edge, spilling late this afternoon. Communities along the Hawkesbury, Nepean and Colo rivers bracing for major flooding and evacuation orders.
The worst case scenario is that a warning comes after dark. Please make sure that you're prepared.
Wallachia could be one of the first to go under.
Just pack everything up high and hope for the best.
A year ago, Sydney siders were living on level 2 water restrictions. Tonight, we're inundated. Tiffany Genders, 9 News.
Communities in Sydney's northwest are on high alert after major flood warnings were issued for several suburbs. Let's cross now to reporter Bill Hogan at Londonderry. And Bill, you're in one of the danger zones.
That's right, Georgie. With the Warragamba Dam now spilling over, it's areas like this that are of concern tonight. Tonight there is a warning, a major to moderate flood warning for the Hawkesbury River, the Nepean River and the Colo River. And it's areas like North Richmond and Windsor that are of concern, but also Menangle, Wallachia, Wiseman's Ferry and Portland. They're all part of a list that are on watch for tonight. But it's only going to be a couple hours until we see the difference that the release of water at Wiseman's Ferry will make. But tomorrow we'll see the full effect. But it's residents in this area that have been told to keep an eye on alerts for tonight in case any evacuation orders are released. Georgie?
We'll stay across it, Bill. Thank you. Tens of thousands of people have been evacuated from towns across the mid-north coast, including Maxville, Kempsey, Port Macquarie and Taree. Floodwaters have swept away homes, entire communities are swamped, and authorities already stretched to the limit warn that the worst is yet to come.
Swept away by floodwaters, that's a house floating down what was a street.
The house was going, like it was floating away. And I was just like, how is this happening?
Sarah Saw's home ripped from its foundations and swallowed whole by the Menning River in Taree on her wedding day.
We can get married anytime. I'm just happy that, me and my partner are safe. We weren't in the house.
Thousands of residents along the coast have been ordered to get out and get to higher ground. And here's why. Entire streets, whole towns engulfed. The community of Smithtown near Kempsey is underwater. The Macleay River rising at a rapid rate.
It's probably as quick as I've seen it come up for a long time.
77-year-old Elaine Hamilton has been stuck in the second story of her home with water lapping at the stairs. She's too scared to leave.
I'm stuck up here, yes. There's not really much I can do, just sit it out until the water goes down, and then you've got the big clean-up, which is the worst part of it.
So this is our downstairs living area.
Around the corner, Paula Gardner's house also hasn't fared well.
Thought yesterday we should start packing up everything down here, and that's what we did, and then woke up through the night and there was water in the house.
15 kilometres down the road and downriver, the township of Kempsey is also under threat. Cars submerged, businesses inundated, and while locals have done their best, there are grave concerns for the CBD.
This is different to what we've seen before. We could be in big trouble.
The 1 in 50-year flood has come with little warning, leaving little time for any preparation. It's a dangerous and potentially deadly mix.
They're made of tough stuff, these people, though.
What we're witnessing is an incredibly rare event along the East Coast.
Rare and record-breaking.
The rain accumulations that we've seen over the past couple of days are up over the 600mm mark along the mid-north coast, and that's why we've seen extreme flooding.
In the town of Kendall, an emotional reunion.
Hey, Mum. Hello, sweet.
These school children were forced to spend the night in their classrooms when rising water cut off the only road in.
They got flooded in there when the Kendall Bridge went under. It's been an anxious 24 hours.
At Dunbogan, south of Port Macquarie, Clint Hardy decided a boat was the only practical way to go. The local hitting the road turned waterway to deliver supplies to his mum and dad.
Drop some milk off and a little generator to keep their fridge running.
In Port Macquarie, evacuation orders are in place with fears more homes will soon be submerged. The town's centre is all but underwater. Authorities are stretched to the limit.
The problem we have is there's not enough hands. We have the resources we have, and that's all there is to it at the moment.
Inland at Warhope, it was exactly what emergency services didn't want to see. A four-wheel drive attempting to take on floodwater.
I think there was somebody in their car.
We still have people that want to drive through floodwater, and not only do they place themselves at risk, they place emergency services at risk.
And this man stranded in his ute as it washes away.
Bushfire and now flood. It sometimes is the curse of the mid-north coast, but we'll stand it together.
Tonight, with the coastline underwater and a forecast for more rain, the community is on edge. But they are resilient. And even when the local pubs drowned out, there's always time for a cold.
Urged to start making preparations to evacuate, with Stone Quarry Creek rising quickly. That's an evacuation warning at this point for Picton CBD. It's one of a number of trouble spots tonight. We've got 8 evacuation orders right up and down our mid-north coast, and with Sydney expected to receive up to 50 millimetres of rain by midnight, authorities are on high alert. The message: do not drive if you don't have to. The SES has performed 350 floodwater rescues today alone, and we have a number of roads across our city shut tonight, including Parramatta Road at North Strathfield, the Wakehurst Parkway, Pitttown Road and Macquarie Road at Windsor. And Georgie, tonight there are serious concerns for 2 hikers who are stranded in Katoomba. Authorities have made numerous attempts to try and reach them without success in this wild weather. Georgie?
Lizzie Bryan, thank you.